I'm sure everybody has heard by now how Cat Williams just decided to ether certain people in the industry on the grounds of being gatekeepers and lying and things of that nature. But we're going to play some clips from that in a few minutes. Just hold on one quick second. Oh, yeah. Now, the internet has been on fire from the comments of one Cat Williams. And we've all suspected such things as far as people being blackballed out of certain industries and people that reach certain levels being able to backtrack and go to quote unquote the underground to copy what's going on there, because what they're betting on is what nobody's going to know what this person is talking about. Nobody's going to hear this person because not he's unknown. This person is unknown. So I can pretty much steal all of they shit, every last word, and nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know. And this is exactly the type of stuff that Cat Williams is talking about. And a lot of people get defamed because you move a certain way. People don't like what you talk about. If you have no filter and you have a hard time just going along because the narrative is so popular and everybody's so blindly and willfully just following along a popular lie, and that's become almost like a disease in our society. It's like it doesn't matter how bad the lie is. If you can make a lie popular, especially if it's about somebody that you don't like, somebody that you might even view or even fear as direct competition, if you can make up a lie about that person and somehow that lie becomes popular, all of a sudden that lie becomes the truth. We see that a lot. But that's neither here nor there because it's here today. Check it out.
Fan base. We love the attention that you spend on the guest. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I have watched.
Hold up.
Know that I'm gonna be funnier than you. What he told everybody. So Ricky Smiley knows this. But they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that way everywhere. I'm not interested in talking.
I just want to give a shout out to Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp doing big things. His channel is blowing up. And interviews like this, yo, I'm surprised he left it up, but check it out.
To people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guests. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood.
Fair use. Just wanted to show some of this clip. Of course, I'm going to jump in every now and then and give my 1.5 cents.
They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points.
3 quick.
You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is
The way this nigga be talking when he be telling his stories, if you ever, whether you watching a special, go see this brother in person. Man, this nigga had you dying, straight up. Him and Dave Chappelle, the way they break down the stories and then get you to a certain point, man, masterful.
Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able, you wouldn't let an athlete
Woo.
that been on steroids talk about one of
Yeah.
the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that.
It's always some hating ass, sideline ass nigga that'll say some shit like that. You beat him out for some shit, whether it's an investment opportunity, real estate opportunity, shit. To play a pickup game of basketball or something. Oh, I should have been on the team. I'm better than him. But nigga, obviously you wasn't.
Role like you. I thought he was.
Sir, no one, why no, he was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and what?
So
Ricky Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with.
Great.
Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, If we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
Right.
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to.
That's a fact right there. And there's a lot of he jokes and stuff like that. Anytime somebody hear about a man getting scraped in prison, it's all funny and he jokes and stuff like that. No matter what situation, it ain't cool, it ain't funny. And I don't agree with it. I'm with Katt on that. That shit ain't funny.
Or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us
Man or a woman, that shit ain't funny.
to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them.
And for the record, I never thought Ricky Smiley was funny. Not even in the slightest. I mean, all that over, and you could tell he'd be trying way too hard, especially when he be dressing up as a woman. And I be seeing it like in previews and stuff like that. I've never watched a Ricky Smiley movie outside of next Friday. I mean, the Friday after next, the one that Katt was in, the Christmas special. That's the only movie I ever seen Ricky Smiley in. And I might have came across one of his like stand-ups or something he was trying to do or whatever. And just after a couple minutes, it's like, man, this dude ain't funny at all. He's in the same category as Steve Harvey. They basically in the same boat. D.L. Hughley not far behind. None of them niggas is funny to me. I could listen to them try to tell their little jokes and walk through their jokes and shit like that, and then I'd be like, yeah, I see what you was trying to do, but that shit is still, that shit is mildew, bread, stale.
That's how I already know that I'm gonna be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steven Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then he was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded.
Ether.
He said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019, and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then...
Yo, this dude is japping out, snapping.
Stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be.
That sideline hating shit. That sideline hating shit. And Steve Harvey seemed like that type of dude too. The way he just moved. He moved in a slithery type of way. Like a true snake oil salesman. It's like, and them suits is a dead giveaway. Well, he should be on somebody's car lot. He one of them type of dudes. You could just... And it's not just Katt Williams to say this about him being a slithery type dude. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have a range. Man. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you jump. I mean,
Yo, he's snapping so much. Even Shannon tongue tied. I don't know that. Yo, Shannon, it's all right, man. You wasn't expecting this hurricane to come through. Should have put on your poncho.
We ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. Don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes.
Yo, Shannon gave him that look like, man, you didn't have to say all that. I'm still down this drink though. Yo, shout out to Club Shay Shay.
Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
That's
you don't think
pretty bad.
A good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history.
Damn right.
Say anything.
Tell them, Katt.
My name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened, it's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are
Yeah,
the
people quick to
stories?
say
Why is
that.
there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't
No,
dislike
no,
all the
no.
Cowboys. Katt, damn, you like this?
No, that's
okay,
not.
what comedians do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just caught a straight.
Oh man. He said anybody ever said that is a fat Faison ass liar. And for the record, that's another nigga that ain't funny worth shit. I mean, really. These niggas, that's probably why they click up. Because these some unfunny ass dudes that he talking about. But, you know, as far as all that other shit, hey. Man said he got receipts. And if y'all think he defaming y'all, then try to file papers on him so we can see who really telling the truth. That's what I say.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0.
So it
Why
can't be
is
that
he
easy.
allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man, come on.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0.
So it can't
Why
be that
is he
easy.
allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes.
He's spraying that Tommy
As a
gun.
journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man, come on.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that.
I'm going to have to start looking close now. Who got the light-skinned, weird-faced wife? And he said he talking about 7 people fit that category. 7 comics, a.k.a. wannabe comics, fit that category. So now I'm going to be looking. Who got the light-skinned, weird-faced wife? Yo, he's spraying the Tommy gun. Shannon thought Faison caught a stray. No, that was well intended.
That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
The ether has been dropped, and Katt spitting that shit.
And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of get one here.
Right.
After that,
Got Shannon choked up. Shannon don't know where to go from here. And I know he probably contemplated taking this down because of certain trigger words that Katt's spitting out. But you know, he just letting it ride. Let it ride.
really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna ask you that.
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Ricky Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told him to go get the Prowler. I then told him to paint it purple. I told him don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan, to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come.
Yeah, that would piss me off too.
Tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that
But I
no
didn't
one's
know it
ever
was a
heard.
lie.
Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. Like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally when people will give you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be.
Sound like them niggas was capping. And you can see that in Hollywood going on all through the years. People stealing each other's jokes, pretending like they're theirs, especially if you're a lesser known comedian. Because who they gonna believe? They're gonna believe the headliner, the blockbuster, the multi-millionaire 10 times over. They're going to believe what that comedian says. So if that comedian says that he invented the joke, well, he's more popular. He has more money, so he has to be telling the truth. Meanwhile, the up-and-coming comedian, the undergrounder, he can't even say the joke no more because people going to be like, oh, you biting off such and such. Same thing with hip-hop. Same thing with YouTube. Same thing with social media as a whole. people still can at least give credit.
Homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made all lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here.
So it sounds like Katt is basically saying these niggas is on some WWE shit, straight up promotional, or you in a character and you want to project this image out to the public so they view you a certain way, and the whole time you basically lying, which is no different from scamming. You scamming the public because you trying to make them think that you more of the shit. And that's really some piece of shit tactics right there, tell you the truth, if it's true. And we'll know if it's true or not because all the people that he ethering right now, if don't nobody drop some papers, like nigga, I'm taking you to court, sue you, you defaming me, none of that stuff is true. If don't nobody say nothing, we know it's true.
Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A. he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East.
He got Shannon froze up on the side. He like, oh my God, what have I done? I can't take this down because I know it's going to get views. But at the same time, what views am I going to get? If the wrong eyes get on this, oh my God, what am I do? That's what Shannon thinking right now. You can see the bubble cloud over his head right now with the words. He like, damn, man, it's a good interview, but this nigga gonna get me in trouble. Shit, he saying some good shit though. I ain't gonna lie, I might need me another drink. This is what's going on in the bubble over Shannon's head right now.
East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
I could believe
They
that.
all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years?
Good ass point.
What I say ain't the case.
Good
It's
ass
a
point.
cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built.
So
all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the screen.
You are currently listening to Club Shay Shay, who is leaning back and listening to Katt Williams bring the ether, spray the Tommy gun, drop a daisy cutter on Club Shay Shay.
I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars.
Yo.
What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part.
That's some low down shit.
What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Shit, I wouldn't want to
The
be
guy
there.
I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that.
Yo,
Like, you gotta be doing
you got a point.
karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100-city tour. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell.
Yo, I'm going to put the link to this video down in the description box so y'all can check it out in its totality. Because it's 2 hours and 46 minutes. It's a lot of jewels in there. A lot of things like what you've just heard. Gatekeepers. And it's like, it's a problem in every industry. And like the 9 to 5 industry, no matter if you in a corporate offices, you blue collar, you got gatekeepers there too. But we view it as nepotism usually. Somebody's nephew, son-in-law, father-in-law, cousin. They'll come in off the street. You be done worked your ass off for the company, doing a whole bunch of extra shit. thinking you're going to get a promotion, think you're going to get a bump up to like that executive suite in the left wing of the building, only to find out that somebody's brother-in-law just walked in off the street and got that joint. That's a form of gatekeeping too. It's in every aspect of life. When it comes to business and trying to make money and shit. So this really doesn't, it don't surprise me at all. As far as, and the sad thing is, being a stand-up comedian, that industry in itself is already 10 times, 100 times as hard now than it has ever been. Because now these niggas literally gotta watch it. It was so much more freedom back in the day. Now they can't even tell a joke without fear of getting like whatever endorsements or cancel culture in the form of getting in their pockets and taking their hard-earned money and shit. So now you hesitant to say anything. Like, man, I can't be edgy anymore. The whole point of being certain types of comedians is to be edgy and make people think and walk them through the journey of the joke. And then you get to the punchline and everybody's laughing their ass off. That's how it used to be. Now it's like you got all these other groups running around and, you know, they want to be treated fair and equal like everybody else, which is kind of ironic because everybody else can have a joke told about them and it's no problem. But as soon as you do that to these certain groups, all of a sudden, oh, it's a humongous problem. Oh, we got to cancel this person. And any streaming services that's holding this person's concerts and whatever, we need to cancel them too. We need to write letters. We need to go to their offices and protest. Like, hey, we demand that you take down this comedian's special. It's offensive. It hurts my feelings. It makes me feel a certain way. And the whole muck and mire has just fucked up the stand-up comic field altogether. Can you imagine if George Carlin was still alive right now? Even fucking Andrew Dice Clay from back in the day. Imagine him trying to tell some of his jokes and shit in today's environment. Richard Pryor, when he was going through his shit, setting his face on fire and just walking you through the joke. And just Eddie Murphy raw. Just all kinds of shit. Unfortunately, they wouldn't even last in this environment because you can't even tell the truth about anything without the cancel curtain being let down on you. Like, what the fuck? And unfortunately, this is what's going on with the whole industry as far as being a stand-up comedian. But I'm glad Katt and Dave Chappelle still out there doing their thing. Got their specials and stuff. I ain't seen the Dave Chappelle one yet, but I'm gonna check it out when Katt drop his episode, his next stand-up special. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna support that shit too. I'm definitely gonna support it. You can believe that. Cause one thing I am, and you could take it to the bank, I am anti-cancel culture. You can believe that shit. People should be able to say what the fuck they want to say. All these, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, just make it real simple. They can have a tier that's, let's say, $10 a month or $15 a month and it's just uncut, just, you know, you can say what you want, you can post what you want, but there's a disclaimer. If you say something or do something illegal, the information is open to the feds. The feds, the local police precincts, wherever you live at, that jurisdiction where you live at, that social media app can give them that information, and that information will be enough to come lock your ass up. That's how you would tame down certain aspects of that. But other than people saying, as far as people saying things that other people don't like, you don't agree with my opinion on something and my stance on something, you would no longer have the ability to censor me. And obviously the people that's paying the subscription, you know, they would be, their timelines would be mirrored with other people paying that subscription. That way the uncut raw stuff is shared with the premium customers. And the people that don't want to be part of that, they can stay with the basic. If they don't want to pay anything, they'll have a generic timeline with very few, you know, bells and whistles as far as what they can do, what they can see, stuff like that. That eliminate a lot of this cancel culture bullshit. But that's just my thought on it. But anyway, I'm about to be in the win again. Subscribe to my goddamn channel. Damn it. Hit the like button. Hit the Cash App. $, Cobra Clutch 357. I'm out.